Happy Ash Wednesday, church. Ash Wednesday is the beginning of our Easter season. Can you believe it? It's already time to start talking about Easter. We're coming off the tail end of winter and spring is coming. It's a good feeling. It's hard to believe coming off the snowstorm that we just experienced this past week and all the snowstorms that our world is experiencing right now. But believe it or not, it is time to start talking about Easter. Ash Wednesday is the launch into our Lent season, which is 40 days preparing our hearts leading up to Easter. Question for you. You ever had those dreams? You know, the dreams when you're back in school, the type of dreams where you forget to put on clothes, you know, those embarrassing type dreams. But in this dream, you're back in school and you learn that there's a test that you didn't study for. And in realizing that, all the blood leaves your face. You start feeling really flush and you look white as a ghost. What do you do in that moment? That's probably an all too real feeling for some of us because maybe that's not even a dream. Maybe that was our experience in middle school and in high school because of our preparation. But maybe some of us still have those reoccurring dreams. You know what I'm talking about, right? Being prepared brings a lot of peace in our life. And it did back in high school, and it does still today. Whenever our hearts are prepared for the thing that is to come, it brings so much peace, so much joy, so much more celebration on what's on the other side. And Lent prepares our heart for Easter. That's the whole reason why we do Lent together. In this video, what I want to do is tell us as a church what we've done before in the past and what we're focusing on during this Lent season so that we can prepare our hearts well for Easter so that when that day comes, we're not found metaphorically with our pants down. We're not found with our faces flushed white like a ghost because we just weren't ready for it. I think God can do so much in us whenever we prepare our hearts for this time. For whenever Easter comes, we can celebrate well. When we prepare well, we can celebrate well. When we're prepared, we can see Jesus for all of who He is, be reminded of our own broken, sinful nature, and prepared and seeing how Jesus is the one who has redeemed us and rescued us, not of our own merit or of our own doing, but we can sit in His presence that glorious day and sing to Him and worship Him because our hearts are ready to be able to sing to Him. Okay. In previous years, we have focused on fasting. Fasting is just the spiritual practice of giving up something so that you can intentionally look to God, look at God. Lots of people give up a meal for fasting. During the Lent season, some people give up sugar, some people give up alcohol, some people give up, you can go on and on and on. And so we have focused on that in the past, and that is a really good practice. When we take something out of our lives that we enjoy and we replace it with Jesus, it is a good season. But there is a longing for and a waiting for that thing to come back in our lives. And if we can make the full 40 days in fasting, when we can have that thing again after our Lent fast is over, our hearts are celebratory when we can bring that back. And that is just a physical way for us to look to Jesus in an intentional way. So I encourage you, what is it that maybe we can fast from during Lent season? We're not going to talk much about that on Sunday morning because we want to intentionally talk about this second piece, the second thing that we're going to do together as a church. We have come up with two different devotionals that we're encouraging us as a church to be able to do together. Now, don't worry, we're not asking you to do both of them side by side. You get to choose one that works best for you in the situation that you find yourself in. The first one is a book for individuals, for adults, a devotional that is 40 days long. It is written with lots of stories that draw us in, but also has good reflection questions at the end of each day. Each read is only a couple pages long, and reflection questions to cause us to look back at what we just read and put something in our hearts for the rest of the day until we get down to the second reading, then the third reading, then the fourth reading. And we just get to do that together through all 40 days, preparing our hearts, looking at our own sin nature, looking at who Jesus is, preparing well. Secondly, another devotional that we've come up with, Beth Borbin has found one for families. Fantastic devotional. This one is a couple pages each day, just like the other one, 40 days of readings. But at the end of the reading, after end of scripture and a story, what you'll see is many different types of reflection questions made for families with all age ranges of kids, anywhere from preschool to kindergarten, all the way through grade school. They have middle school questions, they have high school questions, something that a parent can take, adapt to their family pretty easily, and be able to do together as a family every single day. If you don't want to do it every single day, maybe pick up that book and find once or twice a week that you can do it together as a family worship experience, and maybe pick up the other one that you're doing individually by yourselves. There's lots of ways that we could do Lent intentionally this year to prepare our hearts for what God has for us. So church, I want to ask you, how are we preparing well? Will you enter into this season with me? I'm sad that we can't have our Ash Wednesday service like we typically have before in the past, but we want to launch well into the season. If you haven't picked up your book already, you can come to the office and pick one up from Gretchen, pay for it there. You can pick it up on Sunday mornings. We'll have a few in the atrium if you come to church on Sunday mornings. Also, you can buy one on Amazon. On our website, you'll see all of our Lent descriptions of these readings. You'll get to read a little bit of a description of both of them, and also click a link to purchase your own, be shipped right to your house. Don't miss out in being prepared for what Jesus has. Love you, church. We'll see you soon.